Welcome back to Her Psychology. Have you ever found yourself wondering if a married woman in your life feels something more than just friendship? Maybe she looks at you a little longer than usual. Maybe she laughs a bit louder at your jokes. Or maybe you've just felt that unspoken connection. While society often paints married women as emotionally off limits, the reality is that emotional attachments can develop unexpectedly and sometimes intensely. But how can you tell the difference between kindness and affection and a hidden emotional bond? That's exactly what we'll uncover today. Here are 7 psychological signs a married woman might be in love with you, and these signs often speak louder than words. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, because every week we dive deep into human emotions and relationships with the insight you won't find anywhere else. Number 1, she's always around you when someone's in love, proximity becomes a priority. If a married woman consistently finds excuses to be around you more than seems normal, it's a powerful subconscious sign of emotional attachment. She may volunteer to work with you, take the long way just to pass by, or casually bump into you more often than coincidence would allow. This presence often goes beyond convenience. She might linger after others have left or ask seemingly unnecessary questions to prolong conversations. Pay attention to how her mood shifts when you're around. Does she light up? Does she seem to scan the room until her eyes land on you? While these actions can be brushed off as friendliness, consistent, intentional closeness, especially when she could be spending that time elsewhere, suggests emotional investment. It's not just about physical presence, it's about emotional gravity. Something about you pulls her in and she doesn't even fight it. Number 2. She gets emotionally vulnerable when a married woman begins sharing her deepest thoughts, insecurities, or struggles with you. It shows a level of intimacy that goes far beyond casual friendship. Emotional vulnerability is something many people reserve only for those they trust or feel emotionally connected to. If she turns to you instead of her husband when she's sad, stressed, or confused, that's significant. She might start confiding in you about her personal challenges, feelings of loneliness, or dissatisfaction with life. And more importantly, she genuinely wants your perspective. This isn't just venting, it's emotional bonding. When someone is in love, they crave emotional safety, and if you've become her safe space, her feelings may be deeper than you think. This vulnerability often builds gradually, starting with small disclosures and growing into full emotional intimacy. And the moment she starts finishing those sentences with phrases like, "I don't know why I'm telling you this," it's usually because part of her heart already knows she's emotionally attached to you. Number 3, her body speaks. Volume's love often escapes through body language even when words are restrained. A married woman in love might never say it outright, but her eyes, posture, and touch often reveal the truth. Does she lean in when you talk? Does she maintain eye contact longer than normal? These micro behaviors are not random. They are hardwired cues of attraction. Watch for open body language, uncrossed arms, feet pointed in your direction, subtle touches during conversation, or fidgeting nervously around you. These small gestures add up. Even something as subtle as mirroring your actions, adjusting her seat when you do, or picking up your speech patterns is a sign of deep psychological attunement. Facial expressions are also powerful. A slight blush, a sudden smile when she sees you, or nervous laughter can indicate hidden feelings. The body reveals what the mind is trying to suppress. In love, it's almost impossible to fake indifference when emotions are real and raw. Number 4, you're always in her conversations. If she frequently brings up your name, even in conversations where it doesn't quite fit, it's a sign she thinks about you often. Whether she mentions something funny you said, quotes your opinions, or randomly brings you into group discussions, it means you've made a lasting impression in her mind. What's more revealing is how she talks about you. Does her tone change when your name comes up? Do her eyes light up, or do others around you tease her when she mentions you? These are indirect confirmations that your presence in her thoughts isn't casual, it's emotional. Also, if she talks about things you like or hobbies you enjoy, even when you're not around, she may be subconsciously connecting herself to you. It shows a desire to understand you, remember what matters to you, and keep you mentally close. In essence, she's carrying you around in her thoughts and often in her heart. Number 5. She acts jealous. A married woman who feels strongly for you may react with subtle jealousy when you show interest in other women. While she may never admit it, her body language and expressions often reveal what she's trying to hide. Watch how she reacts when you compliment someone else or mention another woman in passing. You might notice a sudden shift in her tone, a drop in enthusiasm, or a sarcastic remark that feels out of place. Some women try to hide it under humor or passive-aggressive comments, but the emotion behind it is real. She may also try to compete for your attention afterward, redirecting the conversation or trying to make you laugh. Jealousy is an emotional reflex. It arises when someone feels they're emotionally invested but lack control over the relationship. In this case, it's complicated by her marriage. So instead of open confrontation, she may suppress it, but it will still slip through the cracks in tiny, revealing ways. Number 6. She can't stop looking at you. Eyes are the windows to the soul, and they often reveal more than words ever can. If you catch her looking at you from across the room or holding eye contact longer than usual, it could be a subconscious sign of deep affection. Especially if she quickly looks away when you notice, it shows that she's caught in a vulnerable moment. Repeated eye contact creates intimacy. It's a silent language between two people, often loaded with emotion. If she scans your face while you're talking or watches you interact with others, it's because her focus naturally drifts towards someone she emotionally cares about. Some people stare with intensity when they're in love. Others try to hide it, but can't help glancing when they think you won't notice. It's not just visual interest, it's emotional curiosity. She wants to understand you, feel close to you, and in those moments of locked eyes, 1,000 unspoken feelings often pass between you both. Number 7. She hints at marital unhappiness. Perhaps the most telling sign of all is when she starts hinting that her marriage isn't fulfilling. This doesn't always come out directly. She might say things like, "Things have been complicated lately," or "Sometimes I feel like we're just roommates." These comments aren't just venting, they're signals of emotional distance from her partner. What makes this important is who she chooses to share this with, you. If she's emotionally drawn to you, you become the person she trusts enough to open up about the cracks in her relationship. And if she starts comparing you to her husband, praising your qualities that she finds lacking at home, that comparison says more than she likely intends. Her confessions are often layered with frustration, sadness, and sometimes hope. Hope that you might understand her in a way her partner doesn't. When a married woman opens up about emotional neglect or disconnection, and you're the one she's turning to, it often means her emotional bond has shifted from her marriage to you. Love doesn't always follow the rules. Even in the confines of marriage, human emotions can shift, evolve, and surprise us. If you notice these signs from a married woman, it's important to approach the situation with maturity, respect, and emotional intelligence. Her feelings might be real, but so are the consequences. So ask yourself, is the connection mutual? Is it worth pursuing? And most importantly, will it lead to growth or chaos? If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Have you ever experienced any of these signs? Subscribe to Her Psychology for more deep dives into the human heart. Until next time, stay observant, stay kind, and stay emotionally intelligent.